Hello, Mark Red Larson here for the Dreamcatcher podcast. Thanks for joining us. Today, my guest is Sidi Sissoko.
Yep.
So, how are you doing today, Sidi?
Doing good. Doing good. Yeah,
So,
absolutely.
it's great to meet you.
Good to meet you,
I
Mark.
am so pumped for this podcast because your backstory, the little bit I know, is
Yeah,
epic.
absolutely. Thank you for coming to
Well,
do this.
Thank you for being my guest on Dreamcatcher. Sidi, what's your backstory? Where did you start out with this whole thing of having a coffee shop, your own coffee shop here?
The coffee shop. It was started way back in. So first of all, I was started. I'm from Mali, West Africa.
Okay.
So I came here when I was a little bit younger and spent some time in California, Bay Area.
Oh wow, nice.
So yeah, pretty much grew up there and uh, got interested in playing basketball.
Okay.
Then started playing some basketball around the country. Travel a lot for school. Spent a year in Maine. Spent a year.
Oh wow.
Yep. Spent a year in Wyoming, Kansas, and
So you've been quite a few places
yeah,
then. Okay.
yeah. Then Nebraska moved here 2019
Okay.
for a basketball scholarship.
Oh, that's what brought you here.
Scholarship.
Okay.
That's what brought me here.
Okay.
And then I got hurt. I got hurt several times playing basketball. Yep, and couldn't keep playing basketball anymore. So
that's really too bad.
yeah. So then that's when my drive in coffee got a lot of my attention.
Sure.
At that time, the only thing I was really passionate about was playing basketball.
Of course, yes.
And then after I got told I couldn't play basketball anymore, I want to do something with my time.
Right. Exactly.
And then start making coffee.
Wow. So okay, going back to all those locations. Maine and Wyoming. What took you to those places?
Same basketball.
Just basketball. Okay.
So I graduated high school from San Francisco, and then went to the boarding school in Maine.
Okay.
It was a post high school, so between high school and college. So
Okay.
it was only 1 year school. I went there. I played 1 year there, and then got some basketball scholarship to Wyoming as well.
Awesome.
Yeah, spent a year there.
Did you like Wyoming?
You know what? Wyoming was really good. I was in a very small town, Sheridan, Wyoming.
Okay, I know Sheridan. Yes.
It's great. Very simple. I like it.
Okay.
I had a good time there with my teammate from literally all around the world and in the country.
Okay.
So I met people from Australia, from UK,
Wow.
from South Sudan.
Okay.
And all around the United States. So
nice.
Yeah.
So was basketball that took you from Africa to the United States, or what took you from there?
No, so I actually came here through some kind a Catholic program.
Okay.
So pretty much it was in the basketball. So because when I grew up in Africa, we was in the war. Civil War.
Oh wow!
Yeah, so life was very tough.
Yeah.
And then I got this program that will take kids from all around the world, third world stuff like that, and give hope to a kid, send them to school, and stuff like that, find them a family. So I got a host family in San Francisco.
Okay.
Yeah, so my family there. Spend the time with them, went to schools, and
Wow, that had to be from where you were at, if Civil War and everything like that going on to. So
it's still going on.
Is it really? So what country?
Mali.
It's still going on.
Yep. It's like what I heard recently. It's gotten better.
That's good.
But for past decade, it never went away.
Wow, that's a long time.
So it's keep coming and go. There's a lot of food, like throwing down the at the government.
So all those people that have dreams, and I'm glad you were able to break free from that. But how? My gosh, Was there food for you to eat then, or how was it? I mean, did you have steady food, I should say, where you knew where you were going to get your next meal?
Over there,
Yeah.
back there. Well, on top of all the political issue over there, I also came from very, or I don't say stuff like that too, because my parents they've tried a lot.
Sure, boy, yes.
My dad, growing up, I didn't even see my dad as much because he was always like trying to get it right.
Right, yeah.
Like consistently working, trying to provide to his family.
Awesome.
But
Wow.
both my parents did that, but it never happened. Sometimes you can try, but the final call, you don't know what
No.
that's gonna be.
I can't even imagine.
Yeah.
I've never been in anything like that.
So
Sure.
yeah. So then, I come from very poor family. I'm fifth. I have four other siblings with
Okay,
same parents, but total we are eight.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Wow. Did you ever go back to Africa?
I know.
Okay.
I have not.
That's got to be tough too.
Yeah, it is.
Mm. Would the government allow your family to come over here?
So I have my sister live here now. I have a sister here in the United States, and I have the rest of my family members. We all places. So, but my mom and my older two siblings we live together.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So.
Wow. I mean, that just So what hope does the country have? I mean, how does I feel for them, and that's interesting that the podcast, the number two of watching the podcast is from African countries. Number one is actually India.
Oh, is it?
And
Okay.
but I mean, what hope? How can we get that? And this is a big question. How can we change that in Africa?
You know what? There's a lot of problem when it's come to Africa. I'm not in a positions that I haven't understand everything myself either, if that makes sense.
Sure.
All I know education is a big thing that need to be fixed there.
Okay.
Hunger, it's one of the things that need to be fixed there.
You can't.
Corruption, there's
Really?
the corruption over there, it's big as well.
Okay.
But the thing is, how we going to fix it?
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah.
That's the thing. And for me, that's why I say I don't have a lot of knowledge when it's come to those things, or even like the politics, around. The other thing, I came from very entrepreneurship oriented family.
Okay.
So
awesome.
My dad was an entrepreneur. My mom, she is an entrepreneur.
Okay.
Love it. So like I said, they both work really hard.
Right.
They both work really hard so they can provide us some,
that is so
better lives out
yes.
there. But, sometimes the final call, that's it's all depends still. And so I got a lot of my entrepreneurship from that. Because I used to hang out with my mom a lot.
Okay.
When I was younger.
Right.
My dad was gone a lot, but my mom used to hang out with her a lot. She would take me into, her businesses, stuff she has going on. So that time I didn't know I'm going to be an entrepreneur. But since from there, I know I love money. I love getting money, right? Yep. That was one thing.
So. I 100% understand you there. Yeah. Oh, yeah. My gosh. I mean, what a loving family to do that and get you. I mean, that I have not been through anything like that. I have been so blessed. And it sounded like your parents and your family has really blessed you with I mean, in that situation. So, no, I mean, hopefully, can you talk to them on like phone and stuff?
Yep, we talk every once in a while. Yep.
Wow. I mean, that is so. You probably so is it like a president of it? the country? Or?
Yeah, there is. There is a president there right now. There is a president.
Yeah.
So not aware everyone wants to be, but the other thing people have to understand, uh, it is Africa. A lot of countries in Africa.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's no country. I mean, my country got the independence like maybe 60 years ago.
Okay. Oh,
You know.
relatively recent.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's recently.
Okay.
You today?
No.
No, no, but I know a body who does own the stores in Grand Island. Yeah. Yep.
So, but no, I mean that is it's just amazing that that your story, your backstory.
Yeah,
And I
yeah.
have to ask, being the Dream Catcher podcast, what were your dreams growing up in that situation?
In that situation, oh man, like I said, I didn't even know.
I can understand
I
that.
think my life started to change when I got in the United States.
Okay.
When I got it was like almost there was a no structure around what I'm aiming for,
Mm-hmm.
what I'm going for.
Uh-huh.
Like life was such, a difficult. It's so hard
Yeah.
to do anything, right?
Yeah.
So then when I came to the United States, I started seeing, okay, I can have a dream, and go after. Right?
Yep. Exactly.
I can allow myself to want something
Right.
and go get it.
I understand that feeling because over there you could have had it, but probably not ever going to occur. So.
Yeah. So that's when I became very passionate about playing basketball in the United States.
Yeah.
And got this basketball scholarship. I started playing basketball late, so I was not so good, but I got the height. And
Yeah,
I
that's
was
true.
very
That's true.
athletic,
That's
I
true.
was very athletic.
So were you playing basketball over in Africa?
No.
No. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
no. So
Okay.
I play soccer over there.
Oh, did you? Okay.
Yeah, soccer was a big in Africa. I was really into soccer, but
That's awesome.
I was not very good at it. So a lot of time, in Africa, they take soccer very, competitive.
Yes, yes.
It is very competitive sport out there. So yeah.
That's cool. I mean, I have actually a friend. He's in Portugal. His family moved from Canada so he could have a better chance at being on a soccer team.
Yeah.
And soccer. I mean, soccer's gaining more popularity in the United States, but I don't think it's like the rest of the world.
Oh,
so.
yeah. It's growing here, but it's not like the rest of the world. That's for sure.
So basketball. Where was the first place you started playing basketball?
That was in San Francisco.
That was in San Francisco.
Yeah,
there.
that was
Okay.
in San Francisco. Yeah.
Okay.
I was in San Francisco. I quickly learned some, and
Just kind of
just kind of
learn as you went. Then kind of.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then I torn my ACL in my junior year.
Oh,
High
painful.
school. Yeah. So that was the first time. I think I was 17 or 18.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, 17, 18, maybe 18, 19, something like that. Yeah. So, and then after that, I set out 1 year, graduated from high school. Then that's when I went to Maine.
Oh, is that
for basketball school.
okay? Oh,
Yeah,
really? Basketball
yeah,
school? Okay.
It was really, well, not go to call basketball school, but like it was a prep school pretty much.
Okay.
Boarding school. We all stay there, all boys.
Nice. Okay.
And there's pretty much anybody who goes there plays some sport.
Okay.
So they got basketball, football, soccer, hockey.
Wow.
Yeah, lacrosse.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so they got all of those kind of
That's amazing.
sports. Yep. So that was great.
So did you like Maine? I've
Oh,
never been to
you
Maine.
know
I've heard
what?
it's pretty nice.
I
And
love Maine.
did you? Okay.
Yeah, I love Maine. Like it was a great the weather. I mean, the cold over there, it's not like Nebraska.
Really?
Yeah, it's a little bit like it snows there a lot.
Okay.
It smells a lot, but
Uh-huh.
like it's not very. Sometimes here when it gets cold,
Right.
like it hurts your skin. I don't know
Mm-hmm.
how to describe
It
that.
bites almost.
Yeah, it
Yes.
bites almost
Yeah.
right,
Yep.
but like man, it's almost like smooth. You know.
I might have to go visit him on that.
Yeah,
Okay.
you probably will have to. And
Okay.
there's a lot of forest,
I would
a
love
lot of
that.
trees and mountain. So I got into hiking over there. Yeah. So
Hiking. So do you probably don't have the opportunity to go hiking like in the Rocky Mountains?
oh, Rocky Mountain. So I did that when I was actually in Wyoming.
I
I
got
was
bet.
close to that.
I could
Yeah.
definitely. Oh
Yeah.
no, I love the
Yeah.
mountains out there. So do you? I mean, do you ski?
Mm.
No.
No, you know what? A lot of my friends tried to get me into those, earlier days when I played
Right.
basketball. But I was scared. I was afraid of, for me, it would be such a,
Yeah.
high fall.
Yeah, I can understand that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can definitely understand that. So
And I was always afraid that I didn't want to get hurt
yeah,
after my first ACO.
yeah, I
But
can see that.
sometimes, and also that's one thing make me not afraid of entrepreneurship or
Mm-hmm.
not being afraid to
Yep.
take a risk.
Yep.
Because whatever's gonna happen to you, it feels like it's gonna happen. It don't matter what.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Like,
Yeah, it is.
like so, if you want to do something instead of waiting or play a safe game,
Mm-hmm.
just go all into it.
Amen.
So that's what I figured it out. Like I tried so hard, even after my second ACO, like my whole staff, school staff, I mean, basketball staff,
Right.
like the staff, trainers and my
Mm-hmm.
coach,
Mm-hmm.
all that. That was shocked. I
Uh-huh.
said, City is one of our strongest players.
Uh-huh.
It's always in the gym,
Yep.
taking care of his body,
Yep.
like
Yep.
trying
Yeah.
to do everything right. And the only reason I did all that because I did not want to get hurt.
Yeah.
Right. I want to stay safe.
I can very much.
You
Yeah,
know,
I
I want to
understand
stay.
that thinking
Yeah.
too.
And then it's happened still. So then in entrepreneurship, like you say, you know what, you just gotta go into it.
You too.
That's what I say, instead of waiting up to a college to then start my entrepreneurship career,
Yep.
get into right now.
Yep.
Then I went to Amazon and purchased my first coffee roaster equipment.
Awesome.
Me like maybe $60 or $80.
Okay.
Yeah.
But you got started, and a lot of times that's
started.
because most people they always have that I'm going to do, but they don't ever do the start part.
Yeah.
So
And I remember when I first made those coffee, I burned it all. It's all
that would be me.
Yeah, it was all burned. But you know what? I spent $19 on a green bean, $80 on a popcorn popper,
Yeah.
and maybe 20 or 15 bucks on some packaging stuff, and
Right.
something from. I think I have some of my teacher actually printed for me or something.
Cool.
Yeah, that teacher had the honey business. So he prints his own. He has the label
awesome.
printers and all that.
Perfect.
So I just send it to him. He prints a couple of label for me, and he brings it to me in the class. And after class that day, I went home, packed all my burned coffee, and I said, okay, now I spent about 100 and something in today. That's a lot of money.
Yes.
So
Yes.
I can't just throw it away. I have to sell it.
Yeah.
Then I start reaching out to all of my friends, my classmate, my friend, teacher, staff at the college. I say, hey, I just sell coffee now. I make a roast coffee.
Right.
Do you want to buy the bag?
Right.
Like, some of them say, yeah, come back. I will buy. That one thing, though, anybody who told me come back, come back later, I will actually come back.
Oh, yeah.
Because you told me.
Yeah, exactly. If they're going to tell you to come back, you definitely want to do that.
I will come back. And
Yep.
pretty much that first one went very smooth. So happy to friend and family in Florida.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. So one of my friends' family was interested. That boy two bags, and I sent it to them. And you know what? I would say maybe 80% of those customers haven't come back because that coffee wasn't good.
Well, but that's the only way you get to be good.
Yeah.
So, because people, and I kind of, you want to be good to start with, but you don't you don't know what actually good is until you go and do the reps.
Yeah.
So,
because I didn't have no experience roasting coffee at all.
Right.
Like zero experience. But one thing I just know, I have to start.
You do.
You must start somewhere.
Yeah.
So that was my starting point, and then it quickly becomes something. There was some event going on in Hastings that came and presented in my class. It was Hastings big idea.
Okay.
Yeah, so
Okay.
I came and presented in my class, and my teacher told me, and said, if that will be something you want to present your business idea. I said, yeah, sure, let's do it.
Awesome. Yeah.
And then I went there, I presented my business idea. I didn't win anything, but honestly, I was not even going to that to win anything because my goal was set already. I know that I'm not going to be able to play basketball at this point anymore.
Right.
And I have 2-3 more years left in college. So after school, I'm about to start my business. But that 2 to 3 years, what I'm gonna be doing? I can keep working at the school cafeteria. I can find a job somewhere.
Get your
after
experience.
school.
Yeah.
But how about if I make my coffee and sell it to people?
Yep.
And just like working on that, and it was 2019.
Okay.
And COVID.
Oh yeah. That
That
changed everything.
The whole world.
Oh yeah.
Down,
Yep.
So that's why a lot of times people will ask me, how would you be able to survive a startup company in pandemic? I said, well, that's the thing. I was nothing during the COVID. I was just experimenting stuff.
Gave you time. You had to. Right.
During pandemic.
Right.
Like I didn't have no overhead costs. I don't have like
yeah, you had the opportunity to kind of
to just like I pretty much do everything from my kitchen, my apartment. And so I didn't have nothing to do.
Yeah, that actually was almost a gift. It gave you that time period.
Right.
So how did we're sitting in your coffee shop right now, and the name. So how did you come up with the name?
Yeah, so my coffee has a lot because we only serve African coffee here.
Okay.
So it's specialty coffee. We source coffee from East Africa, Kenya, Burundi, Ethiopia. So the reason the name LeNoir Dimbaya coffee, so we just shorten it and make an LD coffee roasters for the coffee shop.
Okay.
So it's pretty much black family coffee.
Okay.
So
awesome.
because the coffee is sourced from Africa, and I'm from Africa, so we want to. That's kind of like my contribution to the modern Africa. The modern look of Africa.
Exactly.
Like if you take a look at a lot of businesses, a lot of things going on in the world, if you want to see picture or image about Africa, usually it's something you wouldn't be proud of.
Okay.
It's like hunger, poverty,
Yeah.
like all the almost like the bad side of the situation.
Sure. Right.
And for me, I don't want to deny the fact that there's a hunger over there, there's a poverty over there, but not the whole continent is that. Right. Not the whole continent. So I want to promote, Africa also do have a nice stuff. So that's why when I said I laid out this coffee shop, I want to make it bright. I want to make it, clean cup. Awesome. So people come in, they can feel connected to it. You don't have to describe your life or whatever's going on, just like based off sadness, right? If you walk it in and see my wall and see with your kids, like
with the bright yellow there and everything.
So like I see like cases you walk into businesses and people have these kids with no shoes,
Yeah.
like walking around,
Right.
trying to promote Africa and that. So my coffee shop, I
Uh-huh.
try to not do that. That's
Good.
not who we are, because we want to actually educate young folks in Africa about
Yes.
entrepreneurship.
Exactly. Awesome.
You know,
Yes.
we want to do that. So
No.
we want to connect these kids with the rest of the world, in a positive way, not
Yes.
in the way this kid needs to eat, this kid needs to drink water.
Yeah. And like you say, that's what most people think of when they think of Africa on that,
right.
and show a different side, because all of those. I mean, I don't really admit only one person didn't have dreams. I'm sure, even if they're hungry, they have probably maybe dreams of having enough food would be at the that level. But if they got that level met, just imagine what their dreams would be then.
They can become a creative. Right?
Yes.
They can create products. They can become engineers. They can become doctors.
Yeah, it's a win-win for Africa and the world.
Yeah,
so.
Absolutely. So that's why I named that the LeNoir Dimbaya coffee, trying to promote that.
Okay.
But yeah.
So is it hard to bring coffee in from Africa?
It is. It is very hard. It is. We actually do work with the importers.
Okay.
So we get the coffee from people who imported in the United States. In the bowl.
Okay.
So that saves us lots of money.
I could see that. Yeah, I could definitely see that. Yeah. So what is next? I mean, I know you're a busy man.
Yeah.
So more coffee shops. I know you were down at I think Lincoln and Omaha during the summer.
Yeah.
So
I do a lot of farmers market down there. Summertime. Yeah, those are really good for us. You know what? The next, it's not anything in paper that it's exact.
I know what you mean there. It's still kind of evolving.
Yeah, but the next thing for sure, I want to give myself like a whole year circle.
Okay.
To see this one, how it goes.
Sure. That's
it's been 6 months so far.
Okay.
It's been blessing. There's a lot of ups and downs.
Oh, yes.
That's every business.
It is.
Right?
Oh, yes.
I've been in a roasting business for 5 years.
Okay.
And if I told you all 5 years was great, I lied.
Yeah. So where do you learn how to roast?
Like YouTube.
Really? Leave it to YouTube. That's awesome. So you can YouTube get everything.
So I started from YouTube. That's when I did the first year. That's why when I used to burn people's stuff. Right? But that was the fun side.
Sure.
But then I think it was 2020. That's when I went to do farmers market in Grand Island.
In Grand Island, okay.
And one Saturday, I made it about $100 in sale. Okay. In one Saturday. College student. That was a lot for
that's
me.
good. Yeah.
That was good because like I when I worked at the bar, at the time or cafeteria, so I make it about maybe $200 every 2 weeks, something like that, if not less.
Right.
And I make $100 in one day.
Yeah.
Then I said,
yeah, we're gonna look into this more.
Yeah. So I said, if I invested it, I can make more money than both of my job.
Yeah. That's a very good thing. Yeah.
So then I start to get into, people who does I had a mentor in the time. He mentoring me,
Right.
So he connects me with some of the folks, Lincoln, and they do.
Okay.
Then I went and take a class from one of the guys.
Okay.
So he told me now we had to roast coffee. It took me about maybe 4 or 5 weeks.
I can understand that.
Yeah. So then I learned that, and I saw co-packing coffee from them, and I would go set up my booth at the local grocery stores.
Right. Yes.
Give people free samples.
Yeah.
Samples. Yes, this is a
Right. Nice.
and they use them.
Yep.
And sample it, and after that, then I said, everyone who sampled my coffee actually do like it.
Mm-hmm.
How about now? So if they would let me actually sell this weekend
Right.
in the store,
Right.
it was kind of almost unbelievable.
I understand that.
A little hard to believe it, right?
Definitely
Because
understand
the
that.
store, not those was a good.
Yeah.
Those are, only good people can.
True.
They do have a store too.
Yeah.
But to see a young man,
Yeah, to give you the opportunity.
to give you the opportunity, say, no problem, we let you sell your coffee in our store.
Yep.
Like after you give people free sample, that was big.
Yeah.
And the first time I've done that, $800 in sale.
Nice. Very nice.
Yeah, like $800 in sale. That's the day I quit.
I can understand that.
Yeah, so that's the day I quit all of my job and now I focus on just store and my coffee roasting 100%.
Can definitely
Now
understand
roast
that.
coffee, sell it to people online and stuff.
So you're online too? Okay.
Yeah.
So you're in like the next Starbucks?
What
you want to get?
The goal is to get bigger.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
That's the goal. The goal is one day, up to expand big enough in the United States,
Right.
take part of this campaign into Africa.
Yeah, that would be
I
so
want to
great.
introduce them something that I've been building, in foreign country.
Yes.
And
Yes.
that's something now, it's time to take, the African coffee industry to a next level. Like
Exactly.
Africa grows coffee, but Starbucks is not for Africa.
No, it is not.
Like, you thinking about any of these big brands,
They're just for them.
yeah, they're not for Africa. So, but like the good beans come from Africa. So,
It's good to know.
yeah.
So what's your favorite kind of coffee drink?
My favorite kind of coffee drink, you know what? Recently, I don't have exact one, but recently I've been in a white mocha latte.
Okay.
Yeah. Brave, no, not latte, Brave. So Brave, it's made with a half and half. And so,
Really? Oh, that sounds good.
Yeah, so I'm into those recently. But before that, it was just a straight black coffee.
Okay. I'm with you on that.
Yeah, just straight black coffee. I enjoy that. I had to drink that every morning, 25 times.
Yeah, me too.
Today.
Oh yeah, what a way to start the day.
Yeah.
And I know you had a thing yesterday where you're kind of coming up with new drinks. Is that what it was yesterday? So.
Yep, that's what that was.
So do you do that like every season, or
Yeah,
how often?
every season. Yep,
Okay.
we do that every season. So it's a barista competition. So pretty much what it is, all of our baristas in here will compete. Make a drink, and those drinks will compete each other.
Okay.
And the top three, then that will be our that season feature drink. Like for example, we have iced tiramisu, toasted smoked latte.
Yep, those all look really, really good.
Yeah. So those three was the winners.
Like the fall season here.
Okay. Fall season.
Okay.
So.
No, I mean, you probably have tea? Do you have teas?
Yep, we do. We have a tea. Yep.
Okay. And I know you have avocado toast. I know I had that the other day, and that's pretty awesome.
Yeah. Yep. So the avocado toast. Yep, we do make that here in the house. It takes about a couple minutes to make it usually.
It's very good.
It's come up pretty good. We've been getting a lot of good feedback about those, and we do make all of our syrups too. Pretty much.
Cool.
We make all of our syrups here in the house. We roast the coffee just right there.
Okay.
We try to introduce something new,
which is good.
In the Hastings.
Right. Yes. Yeah. We're in Hastings, Nebraska,
Yeah.
And I think that's very good for Hastings.
It really is. So. If you go to Lincoln, Omaha, like pretty much for the past 5 years, I had more business in Lincoln and Omaha area than Hastings, right? And I've been there all the time, almost like all the time.
Right.
So I see so many different coffee concepts in those places.
Okay.
Like Omaha has all kinds of,
I bet,
coffee companies, like coffee roasters, stuff like that. Very cool. And Corny, when I was in, yeah, couple years ago, it was only one in the country, but I think they do have another one now, or maybe two
Okay.
more or something like that. Don't quote me on that though, but I
Okay.
only know one when I first started.
Right. Okay.
And then recently I see another one just pops out not that long ago.
No.
And Hastings is the one who doesn't have one yet. I mean,
Right.
Grand Island, there was a few roasters over there, like Green Bean and Porter.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. Not like us, they don't have a coffee shop, but it's
But they just did
yeah,
the roasting.
yeah, the
Okay.
roasting and
Okay.
stuff. And then in Hastings, that's become the first one, coffee shop, with coffee roasters and all of that. So
Yeah, and Hastings has an interesting vibe. It's
does.
definitely a different vibe than Kearney for sure.
yeah,
So I almost live in Hastings. I'm over by Minden, but I'm almost in Hastings all the time. So, but no, I mean, and Hastings seems to be really their downtown. And I mean, what's going on around here, where you're at here in west part of Hastings.
yeah.
And so, what is the address here? If people were looking to find you.
The address is 1113 Theater Drive.
Okay. Okay.
Just I think most people know this by the old mall.
Yeah, and I could see that.
Yeah,
be a good way to do that. So do you have any other business ideas that you'd like to do in the future?
In the future, oh man,
Probably you don't have time, maybe.
You know what? I do have all kinds of business ideas.
Cool.
Sometimes I like to hold myself.
Uh-huh. I can understand that.
Relax.
Yeah.
One step.
True. Yeah, you can spread yourself so thin. Yeah, that's for sure too. So, but no. So
yeah, like people who know me, they know around me there's only one talk, business talk.
Yeah, that's good.
Well,
I mean, I can tell you enjoy it. You know, you really, you definitely,
I really do. So that's why when it gets hard, I don't see it as a problem. It's like every it's like enjoyable moment for me.
Yep.
Right. It could get really hard, but here's me. You know what? There's a tomorrow.
There is.
And one thing I would never take it granted. I feel like anything that happened to my life,
right,
it's better than my life has been yesterday.
Yeah, and that's going the right. You're going the right direction now.
So like I said, I come from nothing, right? This is some guy who couldn't make like a $1 by himself.
Wow.
And now, I mean,
talk about catching your dreams. I mean,
right.
That is really,
right.
And also because people, when they start something, they give up when it gets hard. It's always going to get hard. For one thing, that's how you grow into the person that can go to the next level.
Yeah.
So,
absolutely.
Because it's like, well, and some people's like, well, it was so easy for you. It's like, you don't know all the stuff that went on behind the scenes.
No.
Oh, there are days where it's like, I'm not giving up, but I would really like to.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. There's a lot of days like that. You will wake up, that should be there. Maybe you should go find a job. Maybe you should give up on this. Maybe you should move out. Maybe you should do this.
There's all those. Yeah, they could run through your head.
There's like that. But at the end of the day, if you believe that what you're doing, you believe it in it.
Yep.
I mean, that will make it easier for you. That's 100%.
It is. Yeah, you have to really, with all your heart, you have to believe in that dream.
Yeah, you really do.
Because the difficult days will be there. And sometimes they can last for quite a few days. I think that's awesome. So, But, so Sidi, before we end the podcast, anything else you would like to share with the audience?
Pretty much, I feel like we covers a lot, like I would just say, since the podcast called Catch the Dream, right?
Yes.
It's just gotta follow the dream.
You do. Amen.
Whatever you do, you gotta keep following it. Believe in yourself and don't wait to start.
No. Amen. Because people always start for when it's going to be just right. I'm going to have enough money, enough time, whatever it is.
There would never be right time.
There isn't.
Right money.
You just got to say, now's the time, and just go with it.
Yeah.
So very good wisdom, because that's why majority of people don't get their
Yeah,
dreams.
when I first started, I started clearly with maybe less than $200.
Mm-hmm.
Today, that wouldn't even put gas on my vehicle.
That's true. Yes.
You know,
Yeah. Yeah.
but it's like it's just like don't wait to get big and then start.
Yep.
Start small and then grow.
You do.
Start
Yeah.
small and then
And
grow.
it is very good wisdom. And
Yeah.
if people did that, we'd have more people catching their dreams rather than getting to the end of their life. And it's like,
Yeah.
because time goes by fast.
Yeah, time goes
And
by.
and it's just you just start
And
wherever you're at.
And one thing my generation, we told ourselves all the time. We keep saying we're old, getting old.
Yep.
That's not a such. It's not a thing.
It isn't. I tell people to forget their age.
Yeah,
And just do it.
Just do it. Just follow.
Yeah.
Or like if you don't slow down, you're gonna burn out. No, not a candle.
That's true. No,
you won't burn out. Like
and people, when it's your passion and when you're in flow, people ask, is it hard? Like doing what I do, is like, is it hard work? It's like, it never feels like work.
No,
because if you're doing your calling, your heart's desire, it never feels like work.
No, it does not. Like I could wake up 7 days out of a week, open my shop, and if I have to be there 24 hours, I do it.
Yep.
It's like
you do.
It's not
what it takes.
You do what it takes. You don't do those things and thinking that's how it's gonna be the rest of your life. But it is there is a time for everything.
There is a time.
And you have to willing to
do
those things.
You do. If you don't want to do what it takes, you probably wouldn't want to start because it's. But I tell everybody, the dream was given to you for a reason, and that you have the wherewithal to do it. It probably is not going to be easy to find how it is, but like I said, that's how you grow. That's how you become the person that can live that dream. And no, I think, especially in today's world, when we have this, and like you said, YouTube, because some people still do the traditional, which I'm all for education, but I wouldn't want to be saddled with the debt from like a college education.
Yeah.
I would rather be starting businesses with that kind of money. And then this retiring, and I always tell everybody, like, I probably will never retire because I'm just going to keep doing something that I love. I don't think my wife might have to get rid of me if I get retired, and I know she would laugh if she was here because I have to keep busy. It's just like no, but and we're very conservative here in central Nebraska, but I'm just still surprised how many people do the traditional, and just go after your dreams. Because
absolutely. That's the only thing.
Yep. And I always talk to people, and it's like, well, I don't really want to do it, but it makes a lot of money. It's like, if you're going to go that way, but you probably were not going to be satisfied with that, long term. So anyway, Sidi, thank you for being here.
No problem.
So, I look forward to seeing what else you do in the future, and maybe hit back on a follow-up podcast.
Oh man, I'm all for it.
Okay, sounds good. Thanks again.
Absolutely.